Alright, guys, I'm doing a reading for Aquarius, so I'm ready to go. I've got the cards, and I'm going to pull a card for you. This is if you're Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, if it's dominant in your charts, if you just feel like fucking watching it, or if you're watching because, cross-watching. So, either one, but this is for an Aquarius, wherever you may be, and I'm going to go ahead and pull the first card for, this is going to represent, your energy. Alright, Six of Pentacles. Alright, so in your energy right now, what you're doing is you're not being very fair. You're not being fair in the fact that you aren't giving to the situation to balance it out. There's something you're giving more to than the other, and it's got you slightly out of balance, perhaps, or maybe it makes you feel kind of chaotic. But that's your energy pretty much, and let's see what your situation is. About a relationship, Two of Cups. So it's about a union with somebody, a relationship with somebody. So that's what you got going on. And let's see here. This other person feels like they already won. Like the other person is feeling like they're going to have the victory in the situation. Like they're going to be the ones who, comes out on top, so to speak. They're getting whatever they need from this, I guess. Maybe they weren't in the wrong, maybe you were. I mean, or switch it if it needs to be. But I did get the fact that they're going to be showing off something or trying to pretend like that. If it's not truth, it's them pretending to be. You know what I mean? Because I don't really feel like they're going to really be winning. I feel like it's a false thing. You know what I mean? Like it's false just to say it is. And then you got that with the Page of Cups, which is it's like the initial start of something, like love and intuition and learning to read yourself and feel yourself from within so you don't feel out of place. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is crazy. This person feels out of place. This person feels out of place, but they feel like they're going to win. They feel like they are winning even though they are out of place. You know what I mean? They may not have come about it in the right way, but they still feel that way. That was so loud. Now, the next card I pulled out, two cards I pulled your card out again. So Aquarius, you got the Fool here, and you got the King of Pentacles, which tells me that, there's an authority figure around you somewhere. There's somebody that's financially well-to-do, somebody that gives you stability. Could be an earth sign. It very well could be, but it also at the same time, it doesn't have to be. It can just be somebody that's got a lot of money and they're just sitting on it. Somebody who's bored, looking for something to do. They want to act a fool sometimes, but they can't. You know what I mean? I feel like this energy is representing the naivety and the dumbass decisions we can make. How we can completely go from a King of Pentacles to the Fool and starting over again if we're not careful about where we put our resources. Remember, like I said, that scale that's balanced from that Six of Pentacles earlier, you're giving to the wrong thing. Remember, that's what's going on in the energy. So, you can either be the Fool or you can be the King of Pentacles. But as long as you're giving to the wrong thing, you're going to end up the Fool every time. Yep, I just got another one. Ace of Swords. This is also for you, Aquarius, because it's an air sign. This represents new things, new beginnings, new passions, a new truth, a new virtue, something that you can use your intellect with, something that you do use your intellect with. Maybe there's a new project at work, or either a new thought or a way of thinking. It could very well be that, but there's something new going on around you in the atmosphere and in the air, and it's really has you in this Hierophant. That's what I just pulled, the Hierophant. That energy that's going around you makes you feel one with God, makes you feel one with whoever you consider to be God, but I just say God. That union is imperative to your success, and that is the truth. And that you can't do anything, but God strengthens you. God gives you enough strength to get through anything. So I think sometimes we lose sight of the bigger picture because I'm an Aquarius moon, and I do know that I overanalyze a lot of things, or like I intellectually beat it to death, and I think that that's something that Aquarius does a lot. You know, you just kind of like always trying to come up with logic, and sometimes logic doesn't fit. Alright, so here's what I've got coming up for you. You are going to take that Ace of Swords, you're going to run with it, but there's going to be a message that comes to you. I think you're going to be the one that brings the message to somebody else. If you don't get the message to you, you're bringing the message to somebody else. Because this is a Page of Swords and you being an air sign, I do want to say that it's more than likely that you're going to be taking this message to somebody else. There's something you've got to say or do or get off your chest and maybe bring that balance back to your life. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or have that in your chart. If you don't understand, I got the Death card right here. So, like, literally, I'm going to tell you there's something you got to tell somebody. You got to do something to get back in one with yourself and to align yourself with your greater good and your higher power. Then this is what this means. This is what it's representing in the Death card. That something that you're dealing with has to come to an end because it's not serving its purpose. It's causing you to be unbalanced. Remember, it's not doing anything that you needed to do. That's just confirmation that you do need to walk away from whatever the problem is. It's causing you drama, walk away from it. You have 4 wands. If it's definitely a relationship, a marriage, a person, a fucking party, a wedding, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, don't go. If it's bringing you that much stress, don't go. If it's bringing it to where you can't give your pentacles to where it needs to go, don't go buy that gift. I mean, it could be just as simple as that. But in this energy, it's a little bit more serious with the Death, and then you've got the 4 of Wands. This relationship is ending. The cycle is ending. And I think that you should just let it in, let it roll. Don't make it harder than it has to be. Let it go. Yep. And then when you're ready, you can make another small investment into something else. You have the Page of Pentacles. So when you're ready to do that, you definitely can make another investment into yourself. Whether it's financial or just career-wise or money moves or a small investment for a property, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you'll be able to start moving forward in that direction. And the moon just came out. See, right now you don't see that. Right now you don't see that everything you're dealing with and all this drama and all these problems and heartaches are just priming you up for what you're supposed to be doing. Yes, the 7 of Pentacles, what I see you're learning. It's priming you up for what you're supposed to be doing. 7 of Pentacles. You're in the process, you're kind of getting bored with it. I think you feel like sometimes you've learned everything there is to learn, but the true wisdom is to know that you don't know anything. You know what I mean? So, and I know that you know that, but exercising it sometimes is a little bit difficult, isn't it? High Priestess came out. Alright. You're doing water in your chart, like I said earlier, Scorpio, Cancer. But the High Priestess, I feel like you can even be dealing with somebody whose name is a B, got a B or a J. Don't ask, just go with it. But I don't know, man. I just feel like with the High Priestess here, it's like this knowledge. You got the Hierophant too. This is like the divine couple. When you become into your own, you will fulfill everything you need to fulfill on your own accord. You're not going to need somebody else to complete it for you. You're not going to need any of that. You're going to be in this energy that you know what you know. You know what your knowledge is. You know where it comes from, and that's good enough for you. And as long as you're doing that, you'll be able to succeed. Yep, and now you just pulled the Magician, and that is a card manifestation. So you're bringing that all into you, whether good or bad, Aquarius. So remember to always try to keep your thoughts positive, because even negative thoughts do go out into the atmosphere. Alright, there's another energy that popped into your reading. Queen of Wands. And now this could represent later on down the line when you elevate yourself from one thing to the other, but this has got the black cat here again, and the black cat represents intuition, and you also pulled all the cards that would represent that as well. So there's something going on that you need to pay attention to. Okay, I don't know if it's with a fire sign or if it's something's going to happen in the summertime, because there's some fall on this card for some reason it's summertime. So it could have happened this summer, or it's going to happen this coming up summer. But there's something that you need to watch your back on, or you need to get a little bit of support on or help on, because this crazy passionate energy and drive, if it's not directed in the right place, it's going to go in the wrong place. And there's some kind of knowledge, like I said, that you need to obtain, that you need to find. That way you can move forward and then take it to the next place. Because once you figure out what that knowledge is and you know it, you do have an obligation to humanity if you're smart enough to be able to deal with it and to take it in and to understand it, you have an obligation to humanity to share it, spread it, rewrite it in layman's terms, whatever you have to do without taking away from the integrity of the work. But you've got so many options and you're very smart. And I just feel like right now, it's, you got Leo energy right here. So you've got Leo in your chart. You could be dealing with them. What we did call out the fire sign a minute ago. But this is just like strength right here. Like, this is not just outer strength. This is inner strength. You're going to have to go within and pull that shit out of the bag, man. You're going to have to. Even if you have to fake it till you make it, you're going to have to do it. There's no one else who's going to do it for you. So you have to go in within yourself and be strong and just know that you are where you need to be. And now the sun comes out again. It's double confirmation for Leo energy. Yeah, you'll obtain your sun once you go through the process and emotions. Okay? You'll get there. I'm going to pull something last and see what advice comes out. Alright, so what advice do we have for Aquarius? What advice do we have for Aquarius? So far, keep learning. Keep learning. You're still a student in some ways. Because you know that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you just got to be in that mindset. You can't always be the chief. You know, too many chiefs, not enough Indians. You ever heard that? Alright, let's see here. Your advice. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Wands. 6 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles. Alright, here's your advice. For you to win, or winning, or whatever you want to call it, for you to literally and physically get to that point to where you feel victorious in any situation, or that it doesn't matter, you don't need that validation, or maybe you get it. Remember that it's a slow-moving process. You did get the Knight of Pentacles. It's a pretty slow card. Out of all the Knights, I think it's the slowest, so you might not see it, and it's coming slowly. Okay, your advice is to be patient. I know you're bored with it, because you got the 7 of Pentacles. I know you're so, I don't know how to say it, lax. I don't want to say lax. That sounds really blazy. But you're bored with it, okay? You're bored with the situations. Your mind is going everywhere. You're trying not to make impulsive decisions. But you're waiting to find out what your passion is. And in the future, you're going to know what it is. And when you do, you're going to slowly take that. You're going to move forward where you need to be moving forward to your victory. But you're going to have to keep waiting, keep practicing, and don't get complacent. Don't get where you don't want to learn anything. Take everything that you're told and just suck it in like a sponge. You know what I mean? Soak it in, because I promise you it'll probably come in handy one day when you least expect it. But, yeah, basically your advice is just to, I know it's slow moving, it's confirmation. It is coming. It's coming slow, so it is coming, okay? I know you're antsy and you're, ready to go about it, and you're kind of getting bored, and I do understand that. But just keep going the way you're going. Don't give up. I promise you, you're on the direction that you need to be on to get your victory, okay? Alright, Aquarius, we'll talk to you later, and you have a good one, baby. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.